No, no,
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. Happy Friday. I've got some excellent news for you as jaw-dropping new statistics have come out in regards to Bud Light's Desperation Memorial Day sale. If you remember, Bud Light has essentially had a massive week-over-week sales drop going on 7 straight weeks now. Last week, it about plateaued, or the week prior, it about plateaued. And they got so scared, so desperate, that they were literally giving away free beer. They were giving a $15 mail-in rebate on products that costed $15. In some cases, the rebate was more than the actual product itself costed because they needed to, first of all, clear out their inventory before the stuff went bad. But what they really needed to do was pad their sales numbers so investors would stop running for the hills. Just because they gave away free beer, it still shows as a percentage in sales. It still shows as a number of units that was sold, even if they made no money on it. And that's exactly what they were counting on. On top of that, last week, we now know that Bud Light has lost its number one position in the United States market. This is a direct result of the boycott, a direct result of all of you sticking to your principles. This new data is absolutely hilarious, and I'm so very happy to bring it to you. It's Friday now. By the way, many people sick of me reminding them about the Father's Day gift boxes and things of that nature. Well, good news is Father's Day is next week, and the shipping cutoff date for this, the last day you can order them, is next Wednesday. Many of you know I run a coffee company. I'm not some drop ship company. We roast our own beans. We handle our own fulfillment. We have our own employees. We have our own roasting stuff. We have what is one of the most popular items we sell, these gift boxes for Father's Day. I know a lot of my viewers are men. Dads, send the link to your wife, girlfriend, or kids. Tell them to use promo code DAD to get you a awesome Father's Day gift box. Not only do we have 2 pre-made ones, but we also have the ability to customize your gift box. So if you know exactly what kind of coffee, tea, or organic tea or cocoa, real cacao cocoa you want, what kind of our premium snacks you want, you can pre-build it and save 10% with promo code DAD. It comes in a box that is glossy, packed up nice, literally ready to hand over as a gift. It's Friday. Father's Day's next weekend. But again, Wednesday's the last day you can order them. So make sure you get your order in today. I'll be pushing it all weekend, and then I'll finally shut up about it on Wednesday. So if you're sick of it, that's a bonus too. Anyway, Memorial Day, and it supports the channel. And also, if you try our product, I know you're really going to love it. I mean, we have thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews. It's a good product. Memorial Day customarily kicks off summer. And kicks off the summer beer and beverage industry, generally looks forward to the enhanced sales that come from summer. However, if the recently published reports of Anheuser-Busch are accurate, which includes a stunning 60% drop during the holiday, the brand position of Bud Light is in free fall. While the impacts do have regional trends based on the consumer boycott and patterns, the Daily Mail reports numbers are suffering primarily due to the decline in Bud Light that has reached as high as a 60% drop-off over the week that ended Memorial Day. We can be certain that executives of Anheuser-Busch are watching closely. The feedback from wholesalers and distributors to the parent company must be something of an alarm. You see this article, Bud Light boycott costing sales staff up to $2,000 a month. That's employees, as sales tanked as much as 60% over the Memorial Day weekend. Amid fears, good people are going to start leaving because they aren't making any money. Salespeople working for independent wholesalers that sell Anheuser-Busch beverages are feeling the pain in their wallets of the ongoing boycott of Bud Light following the partnerships with, of course, Dylan Mulvaney. Sales of Bud Light have declined for 7 consecutive weeks after the product endorsement from the controversial TikTok weirdo. The partnership sparked protests, backlash, and the parent company Anheuser-Busch has shed $27 billion in mere months. The financial blow to the company continues to stomach its having trickle-down effects across distribution channels. Incomes have been slashed for salespeople who have at work at the roughly 500 independent wholesalers that sell Anheuser-Busch products to restaurants, bars, and grocery stores. Some reported losing $2,000 last month compared to the typical May because of the backlash alone. Former Anheuser-Busch InBev AB parent company executive Anson Frierichs recently told ABC News that the product boycott is undoubtedly bringing about financial pain for thousands of salespeople who work for wholesalers who depend largely on performance-based compensation. Compensation for salespeople varies across distributors and markets, but according to Frierichs, a typical salesperson makes around $60,000 a year, including $20,000 in variable pay, which depends largely on commission. Good people are starting to leave because they aren't making money, he said. An anonymous supervisor from a Florida-based distributor told the outlet that the average salesperson made $2,000 less in the month of May than they normally would have based on figures from the last handful of several years. Numbers are suffering primarily due to a decline in Bud Light sales that reached as high as a 60% drop-off over the week that ended on Memorial Day. This is what happens when companies get woke. That's why I called my coffee company Coffee Brand Coffee, not Liberal Tears Coffee, because I think when companies get woke, it's just as bad as companies getting, pandering to conservatives. You should just sell the product. And that's, one of our core tenets. And I get reminded that it's the right thing to do every day by these morons. Quote, this has really killed a lot of the guys who are commission-based. That's who's really hurting. There's nothing they could have done. This was thrown in their faces, said the supervisor. On an earnings call last month, Anheuser-Busch InBev CEO gestured to the stain the boycott has placed on distributors and salespeople. The situation has impacted our people and especially our frontline workers, the delivery drivers, sales reps, our wholesalers, bud owners, and servers, he said. These people are the fabric of our business. They are our neighbors, family members, and friends. They are in every community in America. We've been doing everything we can to support our teams. I think Budweiser or Bud Light sent them a whopping $500. Now you know just how little that is. I mean, these people's checks were reduced by a mortgage payment. The CEO also said that Anheuser-Busch InBev provided financial support to frontline workers at the independent distributors, giving each employee $500 and additional ad spending for the month of May. A statement from the company read, Anheuser-Busch employs over 18,000 people and independent wholesale partners have an additional 50,000 people. The current situation has impacted our people and especially our frontline workers, including delivery drivers and sales reps. Well, I mean, that's what you get. And that's who's really suffering. And it actually, in a way, I feel a little bad for them, just because it sucks. It's not like they didn't make the decision to get woke. They're just trying to sell beer. And then you have this photo shows Bud Light versus Coors Light at baseball game. Here's Columbia, South Carolina. The line for Bud Light completely empty. Coors Light, look at this. There's probably 50 people in line at the Coors Light one and 0 people in line for Bud Light. That's how stark this is. There isn't like 2 or 3 people in the Bud Light line. There are 0. And you have, who knows how much further this line is, but it's about 30, 40 people in line here. None, not one person. It looks like they also sell water and Powerade, and nobody even wants to go to the stand that says Bud Light on it. I imagine these workers, vendors, who they're just hourly employees. Like this guy here probably doesn't work for Bud Light. He just works for this venue. They're probably like, enjoy the peace and quiet. Enjoy your Bud Light. You work in the Bud Light booth. Nice. You could probably get caught up on your taxes. And then everyone who has to work the Coors Light one or whatever is just getting hammered all night. And it's just, this is what happens. And it's not going away. And like Bud Light continues to say, like, well, we're not going to address it. We're going to let it ride. Okie dokie. I mean, that's fine. Now that they were happy to stay quiet. Now, again, Bud Light is no longer America's top beer after a brutal May. Dang. Who is this? Is that Tommy Lahren? She's a good-looking woman. I don't know if that is Tommy. I don't know. All those blonde, good-looking blonde conservative pundits all look the same to me. It was only a matter of time. Bud Light is no longer the best-selling beer in America. At least it wasn't last month. It may never be again, by the way. People are just never going back to this. If we go back to this, you see, back to this Zero Hedge article. Worse still, the forward-looking data trend does not offer any hope. Things are getting worse for the parent company. For the week ending May 20th, Bud Light sales were down 26%. For the week ending May 6th, it was 23.6%. It's brutal. It's safe to say the Bud Light brand is now firmly connected to the image of trans ideology. As a result, it would appear that anyone who holds a Bud Light beverage is essentially identifying themselves as trans. As further noted by the New York Post, demand for Bud Light over Memorial Day weekend, the official kickoff of summer beer buying season, was lukewarm, with many store shelves still holding cases of the once mighty beer. Williams said after a spot check of local businesses, at least one store was trying to unload 24 packs of Bud Light for just $3.49. This is absolutely beautiful. Keep it up, everyone. It's Friday now. Before you go into the weekend, make sure you pick up your Father's Day gift box. By the way, you can also try it. We have 15 different coffees, flavored, unflavored. All of our coffees are available in whole bean and ground and are roasted fresh on demand. So you're getting the freshest possible ingredients, both in our premium snacks as well as our coffees, teas, and cocos. Link in the description. Make sure you pick that up today. Make sure we don't run out. We always run out. It'll be Tuesday, and I'll be saying, make sure we're almost out. Make sure you get it. So make sure you get that today. Fellas, send the link to your wife and kids. Tell them promo code DAD, save 10%, and we'll talk to you again real soon.